Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. The topic of my talk is quality control in poultry feed manufacturing. I am Dr. Bilal, uh, Department of Animal Nutrition. I am working there as associate professor. So first we define the quality. The quality of a product is a combination of assurance of safety and wholesomeness comforting to standards. Then is the quality assurance. The quality assurance tells us with the policies, procedures, and processes, controls that yield a consistent product. The quality control deals with the input processes, measurements that ensure quality parameters during receiving, manufacturing, and delivery of the product. Feed manufacturing processes involve raw material purchase, then it is being cleaned, crushed, mixed, pelletized, and then cooled, and then it is again crushed to make the particle size according to requirement. Then it is packed, bagged, and then it is dispatched. This figure shows the corn hammer mill, then it is goes to mixer, then it is goes to, as the diagram shows, the product ingredients are hammered, then these are mixed, then these are being sent to pellet mill, and then these are being sent to cooler where these temperature is being reduced, and then these are packed, and then these are transported. The next diagram shows, the next slide shows the picture of the mash feed, crumbs feed, and pellet feed. These are the different forms of feed. Model of quality control in the feed manufacturing. We follow these model while we analyze the quality control parameter in feed manufacturing process. One is the most important is the feed product investigations, recalls, purchasing and receiving, feed manufacturing and process control, finished feed sampling, inspection and labeling, feed sanitation and post-rodent control program, post and pre-rodent control program. And finally, these feed is shipped and delivered to target places. This slide also tells us how the process of controls goes on. It involves 3 steps. One is the personnel, second is the equipment, and third is the procedures or the SOPs. In personal capacity, we see the productivity, interest, and alertness. In equipment section, we see the application, installation, adjustment, operation, capacity, lubrication, and maintenance of the equipments which are being used during the feed manufacturing processes. In procedures, we follow these SOPs while monitoring the quality, the communication skills, the identification of the product, the traceability, verification, record measurements, and safety of the product, and the human resource. Then we see the ingredients purchase and reception. Ingredients have variation in terms of their physical appearance and nutrient quality. Supplier's history is very much important when you are going to purchase an ingredient. Then is the show commitment to quality in your behavior. This is the very much important for a person who is the owner of this unit, but that what he wants, what is his own commitment. And the practice of the awarding the business on the basis of the price alone. Always work with the single supplier to minimize the cost. Regular analysis of the feed samples received. Development and maintenance of meaningful laboratory reports about the feed ingredient purchase. Regular communication with the supplier about feed ingredients and its quality. File every deficiency claim possible to ensure more safety of the product. So next slides tells us Finish feed assay prior to offering it for dispatch. You must have to analyze your feed before the disposal, before to send it to target place. Then is the collect at least two sample per batch, two or three samples you have to collect per batch to see the for analysis, lab analysis. Then ensure regular feed milling operations, ensure correct labeling of the feed, make final review before the dispatch. Feed shipment and delivery. It is the last step in the feed manufacturing process. You have to inspect of delivery trucks for broken gates, cracks in the compartments, and etc. Make adequate documentation to trace the product from feed mill to delivery location. It is required to the event of the product recall. Sanitation and pest control programs is very much important in quality control management system. You have to maintain the safe and clean drinking environment inside and outside your feed mill. You have to properly clean the products, the ingredients, your machinery to avoid the cross contamination and to also maintain the feed quality on high standards. It makes good impression on customers and inspectors, feed inspectors. Check for proper working of dust control equipments and seal all the conveyors. Critical control points. These are the very much important points when you control the quality program. CCPs are the points in the manufacturing chain from which any type of hazard can enter into the final product. And HACCP, that is the hazard analysis and critical control point, is the system to check the entry of such hazards into the production chain. This HACCP, H is for hazard, A is for analysis, C is for critical, and C is for control, and P is for points. Hazards are the danger to the health. Analysis is the investigation of the hazards. Critical points are the crucial for contaminants, and the control is handling of the conditions, and points are the positions in the processes. Critical points checking for hazard in the feed mills. Number one, ingredient inventory. Allowed to check whether correct amount of ingredients are added or not as per the guidelines. Allowed to check mistakes before other major hazards. Useful in reconciliation of theoretical and actual use of ingredient. Secondly, you have to check the bin cleaning, to check the bin mold growth and to ensure the safety of the employees. You must regularly check your bins, feed bins. Inspection of equipment cleanliness and condition. Periodical examination of positions and wears and cleanliness of the equipment is very much important. Then is the grinding, check and cleaning of hammers, magnets, conditioners, and every wear and tear in the feed mill. Check for particle size of the grain, pelleted feed, crumbed feed or mash feed. You have to check the grain size also. Batch system validation. On monthly basis, batch and truck weight must not have difference more than 1%. Mixers. Batch mixers should be examined routinely along with mixer shafts, ribbon pedals or screws. Check for mixing time twice a week. Pelleting and cooling, particle size, mass, moisture, steam quality, and air temperatures or humidity affects finished feed quality. Conditioning temperature as hot as possible, that is 180 to 190 Fahrenheit for destruction of pathogens. Crumble texture should be closely controlled as abnormal size can create palatability problems. Pellet size and durability have positive effects on growth and feed efficiency. Next are the meters and scales. Check for all calibrations of the meters and scales for more efficiency and accuracy. They can be checked and served quarterly each year. Truck inspection and cleaning. Trucks may serve as source contamination. Companies should have flushed and sequencing procedures in place. Check for soundness and cleanliness of truck, both inside and outside. Resolve the problems as soon as possible, if any. The conclusion of this presentation is commitment to quality is at most important aspect. Ensure the safety of the product and personnel engaged in manufacturing processes. Quality assurance can help in building trustworthy business relations and ultimately in growth of business. Thank you all.